So this is the Mazda MX5 that I have for sale, owned by myself for the last 6 months, but been in my family for the last 8 years, or 7 years. Quite a lot of work's been done to this car, and it's not original by any means, but any modifications that have been done to it have been done as subtly as possible to improve the performance, improve the quality of the car without making it in any way boy racerish or anything like that. So first of all, it's got the original wheels, and it's nice and shiny. I've just cleaned it, and it has had a respray in the recent past. I'll just walk around the car so that you can see paintwork. You'll note that it's got a powerflow exhaust, twin exit exhaust, which has got a lovely sound to it, and I might be able to start it up during this video and so that you can hear that. The paintwork all the way around is good. The only blemishes are there's some paint missing from the front mudguard. There is some very light corrosion appearing on the sills. I've cleaned the rain, the rain, what do you call them, rain vents, whatever, that let the water out. As you can see, it's dripping there, which shows that the rain is coming from the rain rail of the roof through the car as intended, and then coming outside. That's the way it's meant to work. If the water stays in, then you can get corrosion. There is some corrosion, unfortunately, coming through on the sills, but it's just passed an MOT without any comment on that at all. Just to show you quite clearly, you can just see it a little bit under the paint there. It's fitted with clear indicators. Also the front lights, the front indicators have been changed, but I will supply the originals, as these actually show an orange side light, whereas it needs to be clear white for the UK regs. I don't think it's a major problem, but you might want to change them back before the MOT, so I'll supply the original indicators. There is a little bit of paint missing here, which I was going to touch up, but I'll be honest and just show it to you now. And that's from me being a bit too enthusiastic with the pressure washer. So that's one way of learning. Inside, we've got leather seats, actually fitted by my brother, and they're superbly comfortable. They're actually the original seats, but with leather covers on, but they're such a tight fit and such a good, fantastic fit that you wouldn't guess that they weren't original. There's a wind blocker fitted, and there's a couple of speakers. They're actually bookshelf speakers with upgraded drive units fitted behind the front seats. And I'll talk a bit more about the stereo system shortly. But another modification, the door cards have been changed. My uncle actually did those, and they're in red, and they've got some nice door handles on, as you can see. They're red vinyl door panels. A couple of things that I've done in the last 6 months. Well, one of the things I've done is it's had a full service, including cam belt change, and it's also had a new roof fitted. The momo steering wheel I put on because it had a wooden steering wheel that I didn't like much, and I also fitted this stainless steel cover for the instrument panel. I've also changed the illumination to red, which looks fantastic. It's a proper professional kit that was used to change the illumination to red. You won't really be able to see it in this light, but it does look fantastic. And the illumination elsewhere, also on the heater panels, was also changed to match. You've got the silver eyeball vent covers, and I've installed the turbo boost gauge and the voltmeter. Unfortunately, the voltmeter is not working at the moment, but I do have a replacement which I'll supply with the car, which will do the job. I was going to fit it, but I just haven't got around to it. I also fitted this stainless steel panel and this stereo system, which is a really nice looking retro style Pioneer CD radio system. It absolutely sounds fantastic and looks the part too, I think. Whilst talking about the stereo system, this here is a holder for a Samsung Galaxy S3 phone, and that can be taken out and replaced with whatever you want, but there's an auxiliary input here for the stereo, so you can connect your phone if you're playing music direct. And along with the actual head unit, I've installed an amplifier, which I'll show you. That's a Fly 800 watt, they say, amp. I can tell you it goes extremely loud, and it's powering all 4 speakers in the car. It really sounds fantastic. Not only is it powering those 4 speakers and hidden away, fire extinguisher fitted there for your reassurance that you should need it. As well as that, I've also fitted a subwoofer behind the front seat. This is slightly hard to get to. There you go. That's a Alpine subwoofer. Kicks out a lot of bass. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Also, with the auxiliary input for the phone or whatever your music source might be, there's a micro USB charger that's hardwired in. Next thing to show you is probably just to start it up and give you a quick listen to the sound of the car. It does sound fantastic. One thing to note while I'm thinking of it, the air conditioning, that works fine, that works well, no problems at all. The windows are one job that I haven't got around to doing, and they are, the driver's window works fine, it's a little bit slow, but the passenger window, it's very, very slow to go down, and if you try and put it back up, it needs a bit of a helping hand. It's quite a well-known thing with these MX5s, and it's a very easy job to open up the door panels and give them a grease, just to get things moving again. So, that's the, not sure how well that will translate, but it's a very subtle but very sporty sound. And also to note, I fitted these leather gated with the red stitching and the leather handlebar, handbrake cover, and the leather gear knob, which is just like the original plastic one but nicer, obviously. I'll pop up the bonnet and you can have a quick look under there too. It's got an electric aerial fitted as well. I find it's best not to put it down all the way. It does sometimes get stuck if you do that, but if you lift it back up again by hand, it's fine. Bosch windscreen wipers, not really something I would normally bother mentioning, but they do work very well. Under the bonnet you've got the all-important Greddy Turbocharger. Recently had the downpipe changed. There was a split in that, so that's been changed. Not much else to remark, but it's all very clean in here. My uncle had a polished rocker cover fitted, so that's just cosmetically nice, I suppose. The only thing left to do really under here, which hasn't been done recently, is not a major problem, but there's some heat wrap around the washer bottle. This is known for being a bit of a problem. This one hasn't melted or anything like that yet, but it's rather close to the downpipe. My next job will probably be to take that off and recoat that. But everything runs under here very nicely. It sounds fantastic, and it really goes very well indeed. So I think that's about it. There was one more thing to point out, and that's that the headlights are Ray Brig headlights. They're very good quality, extra bright versions. They're good. And what else? Good quality Michelin tyres, all fairly recent, all in very good condition. And the brakes have also been done. In the last 6 months, I've had the new brake discs and pads fitted to the front. I don't think I've had the back ones done, but I think they're okay. That's all I can think of for the moment. There's also this wind blocker. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. This is a flip-up wind blocker. And I think that's about it. As I say, it's had a new hood fitted. It did have a mohair hood with the glass screen, but unfortunately that cracked, so I changed it for the vinyl one, which I find much better actually, much easier to keep clean. And that's about it for now. No other issues that I can think of to report. If the car's sitting for a while, it does smoke very slightly when you first start it up, but that's just if it's been sat for a couple of days, and literally just for the first few seconds. And apart from that, I mean, it really does drive faultlessly. The turbo is very, very smooth. Not sure what else to say, but it's a very, very nice car. I'll be very sad to sell it, and but I hope it goes to a good owner, and I'll be replacing it with an MG Midget, believe it or not, but that's what I've decided to change to. So there you go, folks. Give me a shout if you've got any questions. My email address is jamiemx5, I'm going to have to change that, jamiemx5@gmail.com. You can also give me a call on 07704 89992. Thanks for listening.